Hi guys, welcome to Classic Guitar Rock. I'm Jeremy. First off, I want to say thank you very much. We hit 2,000 subscribers, another milestone, so we're on to 3,000. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute and do so, and please click on that notification bell. All right, so another installment in the kind of on-again, off-again discussion of Van Halen ever reuniting. And this has been something, at least for me, it seemed like over the past few years that it looked pretty dim, like this would never happen. But Wednesday, I saw this pop up on a few places, and I'll just share one of these with you here. Okay, Rolling Stone magazine, who quit really being a music magazine about the same time MTV quit playing music videos. they have an article here. Sammy Hagar, quote, Van Halen will never be finished. The pull quote is, Eddie had a lot of health issues, but I heard he got it together, says Hagar. I pray for the guy and I love the guy. And it goes on and talks a little bit more about it. This is great news because this is the first time I've heard from Sammy talking positively about the chances of there being a reunion. Usually it's always been, I haven't even heard from the guys, I don't think anything's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Even in 2019, supposedly they were talking about something, and Michael Anthony had heard from someone at the record label that they wanted to do this, but then he said it kind of stopped there. He never heard from anyone or whatever. So that kind of poured water on the whole idea of a Van Halen reunion. But now Sammy says, let me just read you one quote here from the Rolling Stone article. He says, until Ed or Alex Van Halen die, they're not finished. Those are two great musicians that can friggin' do as good as most people at half-mast. As a drummer and as a guitarist and creative person, Eddie, I can't see them ever being finished. I wish they were more active, but I think Van Halen will never be finished. And he makes the point, and he said this a few times, which is interesting because I don't think Dave would ever say this. He says, I want them to do a reunion, okay? Whether it's with Dave or me. They need to get out there and they need to do a reunion for the fans and include Mikey. That's one thing that he thinks needs to happen is Mike needs to be part of that. But then he makes a suggestion, which I think would be great. He said, I would love to see a Sam and Dave thing. Now, if you remember way back in the 90s, there was a Sam and Dave tour. It wasn't Van Halen. It was Sam solo and Dave solo. And they did this tour where they would swap headlining and it didn't go well. Okay. Two big egos clashing. And it just didn't go that well. He's suggesting, hey, what if we did a Sam and Dave, obviously with Van Halen this time, with Mike there, and we do, half the sets with Dave, half the sets with Sammy, and if they want Wolfgang involved, his band could open. Sammy says, my son has a band, they could open, whatever. He just wants it to be a big, nice thing for the fans, which I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be great. And then one other thing that I took encouragement from this is, and I already kind of referenced it, is Sammy mentions Eddie's health. And he says, I heard he had some health problems, but it sounds like he's got those together, which is good because the latest health thing obviously has been the mouth cancer thing. So maybe Sammy knows something the rest of us don't know, that maybe he's got that under control. Things are looking good. I know the recent pictures of Eddie, he looks good. He looks like he feels good. And hopefully that's the case and that he's on the road to recovery there. I think he has overcome some issues he had in the past. For instance, on the 2004 tour, Sammy has not talked to anyone in Van Halen other than Mikey, but he has not talked to Eddie or Alex since 2004. Can you believe that? 16 years. But Eddie was having some issues on that tour. And I've talked about that in other videos, right? Sammy has always, even at these times when the arguing has been going back and forth between the two camps, Sammy has always said, Eddie and Al are my brothers, right? I love those guys. So in all of the differences they've had, creative or whatever, Eddie or Sammy has always referred to them as his brothers, and that he loves them, which is great. And I would love to see what Sammy's recommending that Sam and Dave tour. Hang on, it's my agent calling. Anyways, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I would just love to see. I love both eras of the band, right? There is great stuff in the Dave era, great stuff in the Sammy era. I would love in one show to see the best of both worlds. See what I did right there? That would be great. Chime in. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click that notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.